Okay, we'll just do a quick one for environmental, because environmental, we like talk about it in freaking every syllabus point. So, I mean, I could literally talk all day about the environment and it would all relate to D&T. So I've just put like literally, I've only got 2 slides. It's just like quick. So this is just a summary of some of the textbook bits on it. So environmental trends, that's like so obvious and should be so easy for you guys to talk about because there's a number of environmental issues that have become such a focus of widespread concern, both globally and here in Australia. Globally, we've got the global climate change crisis, global climate emergency. So that's a massive trend that's happening right now, and that's really pushing a lot of focus on different sustainable technologies and stuff like that, but also it's put a lot of political pressure because society is rising. Literally, it's like this massive. I would say it's almost comparable to like the civil rights movement or something like that. Well, it's getting to be, and Greta is turning into this sort of like, activist of our times who, fought for what's right, like Abraham Lincoln to free the slaves. She's like saving the planet. She was like speaking up to save the planet. So yeah, anyway, so I've just dot pointed here. So some examples like of what's trending at the moment: the use of disposable plastic bags and other single-use plastics is trending. And also, we've got a huge focus at the moment on the depletion of natural resources. That's everything from like deforestation, but in particular in Australia, water's a huge concern, particularly right this second when we're in like mass drought, and it's affecting everything. Like our farmers are like killing themselves, and it's like it's proper bad because it's not just a societal impact, but it's also going to have an impact on trade because like we make a lot of money from exports of meat. Well, if all the cows are freaking dying or there's nothing for them to eat because it's all dry and barren and there's no water, like, what are we going to export? There's so many other things that link in. There's like implication. Um, so water is a huge concern as we are prone to drought and decreasing water supplies, and therefore the development of technologies to use water wisely and sustainably are really high on the agenda here. So it's definitely a trend. Also, coal and oil is always going to be something that's not always, but like that's something that's really topical at the moment because it is a finite or a non-renewable. So we've got infinite is like renewable, and then finite is non-renewable. So finite, it's like a limited amount. So finite resources also create a lot of pollution. Obviously, we know that burning coal it emits carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, which is creating this blanket, increasing the greenhouse effect, global warming, climate change, the planet ends, blah blah blah. This has stimulated a need to develop alternative energy sources such as solar and biofuel. So there's so much happening right now. It's such a buzz thing that it's a huge trend that is influencing design and production. And that's not only in energy technologies. You've got Elon Musk who's really leading the way there, but it's also in products. So that's where I wanted to make the point that remember to the trend to be green is a way that you can refer to it as. It's the green trend, but it's impact on design and production. But remember, there's 2 sides. There's sustainable energy, which is what I was just talking about with like renewables and non-renewables. But then that's for like that sort of relates to this processing and production phase. But then there's also the products. So there's eco-friendly products. So there's sustainable energy and there's eco-friendly products. And the products themselves is where you need to consider, well, am I using biodegradable or recyclable materials to ensure that the waste and disposal is significantly reduced? So we're moving towards a cradle-to-cradle not life cycle, or also called a circular economy. So that's different to using environmentally sound energy sources, so that will cause no further damage to the planet. So we've got to remember that in a full life cycle analysis, it's not just about the raw materials that we're using and whether those materials will be able to break down again, but it's also about the energy we're using when we're making the product, because we could have like biodegradable materials, but we still could be, one, cutting down all the forests, or two, processing those materials by using so much fossil fuel energy that it doesn't matter how biodegradable it is. We're still like creating a really bad environmental impact from just our machinery and our production processes. So there's always those two sides. So I'll stop there with that, but I'll just refer us to this other PowerPoint because this is one that I think I'll have to do I don't know how I'm going to do it quickly, but we're going to have to do a quick flick of this. But this is lots of stuff, factors affecting success, but I'll just go to the environmental stuff on this PowerPoint. So again, I go into a bit more depth here. I give you a brainstorm of the energy environmental trends and environmental related. This all obviously relates to ethical, so ethical environmental issues. Are we using this? Is it going to cost us more versus are we using this and we're killing the planet? What's the ethical consideration there? Yeah, one might be cheaper than the other. One might make the country money, political agenda. But in the end, you've got to think ethically as well. It's like the Aboriginal people, they say, we borrow this land from our grandchildren. And if we're borrowing it from our grandchildren, then we have no right to destroy it before they get to inherit it. So obviously got some effects global warming there. So you remember implication further down the line. Every time you have a question, an analyzed question, you have to say, unfortunately, if we have a biodegradable material and we make it out of timber, well, what about deforestation? Are we cutting down the trees? Don't stop there. That's just cause and effect. What about the implications of deforestation? You then have to go further. Okay, but if we have deforestation, then we cause destruction of habitat for animals. And if we have destruction of habitat for animals, then that could affect ecosystems. You have to keep going bang, bang, bang. You can't just stop. There's more environmental stuff. Yeah, you got some links there. And then we've got the biodegradable. So then we've got product side of things. So the trend to then a lot of companies are changing to these eco-friendly products. In fact, I just bought one. You're going to think I'm ridiculous, but I'll see if I can find it. Welcome to Kickstarter. So I just pledged, you know how you can like back a project? I backed a project. So yeah. See if I can like click on the thing. Well, let me go onto it. So this is a Australian new company, and basically this is all your like dishwashing liquid, laundry liquid, spray and wipe, body wash, hand wash, etc. So they give you so in the pack you get one of each, and then they give you the refill pack. So these are made of all ocean plastics, and then they're the ones that you keep forever, and then these ones are ones that you that's your refill pack. And so once you've finished your refill pack, you send it back. They give you a little box that you send it back in, and then they then send you back the same refill pack with more stuff in it. So you just keep keeping the same one, and they keep sending you more in these refill packs, which you then send back to them. So I would...
Hi, I'm Mike, and I'm on a mission to eliminate single-use plastic packaging. Now let's go and have a look in the bathroom and throwing away each year. And we're just one cup. How much of this stuff we're using? We figured it must be close to 100 bottles a year. Now that's a crazy amount of plastic to be buying and throwing away each year. And we're just one couple. So we thought to ourselves, why can't we just refill the same bottle over and over and over again? Well, now you can, because we've invented a range of planet-friendly, plastic-busting, home cleaning and personal care items delivered direct to your door, minus all the single-use plastic. We call the country's leading product the nasties. Really beautifully designed dispensers, a series of refill sachets, and a postage-paid return envelope. All you have to do is empty the contents of the refill sachets into the dispensers. Pop the empty sachets into the postage-paid return envelope and drop them in a post box, or book a pickup. We'll then clean and refill the sachets and have them ready to send out over and over and over again. Did you catch that one?
Anyway.
Campaign. I'm supposed to be looking.
So yeah. I pledged for that. So they needed that much money, and they have and they've Oh no, they've got that much money and they needed that much? Oh, I don't even know. Anyway, the point is I have purchased it, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, anyway, so that's a good brand example. So they're called Zero Co. They're obviously like yet to come out, but they're doing crowdfunding to get it on the market. But yeah, there's a good example there. So yeah, lots of different companies are switching to be more green in different ways. Okay, I'll stop there for the environmental. So let's just quickly recap then. So we've got trends, and there are famous five. My song. So now that you know the famous five trends, make sure you find examples for them. Trends, can't you see? They're needed so we can make a good world. So yeah, famous five trends. If you've watched all 6, 7 videos or whatever, you should have the gist of all of them, including socials babies. And I really hope that that kind of helps you to be able to have some good content in your brain and good examples that you can use. But I have to say, you have to remember about analyze. You have to remember about implication. If you don't give an example after everything you say, and if you don't give implications and knock-on effects, like you're wasting your time. It's no good knowing the information if you don't use 1, terminology, 2, examples for everything you say, and 3, knock-on effects and implications of everything you say as well. Do not be too quick to move on to the next point. That was the biggest thing in the trials. You were all so quick to jump to the next point. So, and that's why I don't even know if I gave a 15, because no one was really going implication. Okay, I'm going to go on and do some historical cultural now, and then we'll go over a few other things. So the other ones won't be anywhere near as in-depth as this, because we don't have time, and I really just want to make sure you know stuff. Also, remember, you can actually change the speed on YouTube videos. So if we go here, you can go playback speed. 1.25 it'll make me speak it'll probably just make me speak a bit faster like this, and you can still understand what I'm saying, but you get through it quicker if you really just want an overview. You can obviously also slow it down or pause and stuff like that, but I just really hope that you get something out of these videos. So, all right, thank you. Oh, also, you should look this up on YouTube, Joe Lycett scamming, and watch this video. It's such a good example of this. Scamming ones. It's such a good example of this kind of thing, where he talks about a lady that was scamming money out of him for this new house. Anyway, you can watch it, but yeah, he scams the scammer, and it's funny. It's great. So you should watch it. All right, bye.